Everything I heard about him was he was a very fun-loving, funny kind of guy. In many ways, Bert Christman is Fort Collins' native son. Well, my name is John Newkirk. I'm the author of The Old Man and the Harley, which is a book that covers not only Bert Christman, but the rest of the Flying Tigers. My namesake, Jack Newkirk, who is the squadron leader of the Flying Tigers.
4-1 Whiskey, we have you in sight. Winds 10 knots out of 150.
Today we are here to honor the 80th anniversary of the passing of Lieutenant Colonel Bert Christman.
While I was researching my book, I found Christman to be a very interesting and engaging character. He gave up a lucrative career in cartooning. He was a famous cartoonist in New York City,
where he penned several comics, including Scorchy Smith. He co-created the DC comic character, the Sandman.
He ended up drawing the shark teeth on his squadron's airplanes.
Yes, look at that.
The missions of the Flying Tigers were very hazardous. I mean, they didn't have radar, they didn't have weather reports, they just had to kind of go with what they saw. Bert Christman was shot down 3 times. The first 2 times he was able to successfully bail out. The third time he was shot down, he bailed out of his airplane, and while he was floating to the ground, a Japanese airplane lined up and shot him in his parachute. You have to remember that the Flying Tigers were on the ground before Pearl Harbor. Historians now recognize that the Flying Tigers flew what was arguably the first offensive mission of World War II. So I think it's important for Coloradans to remember their native son and what he sacrificed.
Christman's body is now buried at Grandview Cemetery in Fort Collins. 1 year after his death, the airfield on the western end of Fort Collins was renamed Christman Field in his honor. That airfield is now home of CSU's drone program.
It's important we know those things.
It is, absolutely.